Welcome to the new episode of the Bike Specialist Full Chat. And in front of me, we've got the legend himself, John McGuinness, MBE, 23 times race absolute legend, sat on the settee at the Magic Factory right now. John, welcome.
Hey, mate.
Lovely to have you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Class. Yeah, good.
So we've got a series of questions for John. John's obviously been interviewed many, many times, and we thought, let's think out of the box. Let's try and get some questions what he's not been asked before to make it more interesting for everybody. So I'm going to start. Here we go. You've raced through different eras of bikes. Which generation felt the most alive and why?
Ooh, great question to start off with that one. I've been through sort of 3 generations now, really. Yeah. So I suppose three decades, isn't it? So this is my 36th season.
Wow.
So started off with my KR1S Kawasaki. Lad and dad, you know, old Renault traffic van, smelly old caravan on the back, you know, just off we went with sort of not a care in the world and not really any knowledge really, a bit green and a bit wet, but I don't know, I love them all. You sort of want me to pick one, but it's hard to pick one because I've really enjoyed all the generations I've been involved in, because it was a 2-stroke with carburetors, then it was a 4-stroke with carburetors, then it was fuel injected, then it was fly-by-wire, traction control, all that sort of stuff. But I think I call it crack-wise, you know, the fun part of it, away from holding onto the handlebars, would probably for me be sort of late 90s, early 2000s, really. That middle sort of 1995 to 2005 for me was probably the best era. You know, not as much social media, maybe. Nobody was getting judged as much. It wasn't frowned upon to have a beer, or you know, we're all out having a good time as well as you know, riding the bikes. So yeah, it's let's say that. But I still enjoy it. Yeah, the sweet spot was that, you know, that transition. Well, probably transition from being a bricklayer to professional bike racer to winning a few races, and then a few pennies coming in, and the whole job was, you know, good fun.
Oh, brilliant. If you could remove one section from the TT course, which would it be?
Do you know what? It's really strange, and I get it every time, and I need to sharpen my pencil on it a little bit. It's sort of it's a big section, but from the gooseneck to the bungalow, I'm weak. Right. And I'm getting weaker, which is odd. And my son, like, he's the stat man, and he nails me all the time. And I come up with like nonsense excuses, but he just gives me the facts. He's like, "There's your sector times." Yeah. Like, so I can't argue with it. But I would say probably maybe Ramsey hairpin to the gooseneck, that little section there, through Waterworks, Tower Bends, down towards the gooseneck. I get a bit of a mental block through there. So if I had to remove, I don't want to remove it. No. You know, it's such it's every single type of, you know, corner or camber thrown in it. So it's part of the fairy tale of the TT. It has to stay in there. But yeah, if I had to pull a bit out, it would be that little section from, the Ramsey hairpin to the gooseneck.
Yeah. If you could ride one lap on the TT course on any bike in history, what are you choosing and why?
If I had to choose one bike, I'd have to go back to 2007 and ride the Fireblade, the 07 Fireblade, in my original Paralevers. Yeah. At the same speed I did it, just to relive that that first 130 miles an hour lap. It was, you know, I look back at it, and I mean, these new Fireblades, 240 horsepower. This is a stocker, so a little bit less, but I mean, that 07 era was a really sweet spot. They were, you know, they weren't fly-by-wire. They were throttle cables, so that the connection between your wrist, your bum, and the tire and everything. So I'd love to relive that lap 2 of the 07 Senior TT. Fantastic weather, full island of people, centenary year. So yeah, I don't think I could do it now. I definitely couldn't fit back in my 07 leathers.
Have you ever tried?
I have. I've got a bit of a target, actually. This year's Classic TT, we're going to bring a collection of my bikes across for my 30th anniversary thing. So I think the organisers want me to ride my 130 bike, so and it's sweet, you know. It lives in the house, and it just on the button. So I know, I mean, I know it's. I keep thinking it's last year, but it's not. It's 19 years ago.
That's the thing with the Hondas as well. The build quality, the reliability, everything about it.
Just put a battery in it. I just put a battery on it, and it goes. And you know, the rules are slightly different there. So the crankshaft was machined. The rods were different. The pistons were lighter. So it's just I just get a bit goose pimpling now thinking about my 07 bike.
It's passion. I get it.
Let's go back to 07. Shut the visor. Lap 2. First 130. Beating Guy Martin.
Yeah.
Because he was wanting a shot at the title, so we turned him over. So yeah, it was good.
Brilliant. When you're sitting alone before the start, what's the very last thought that goes through your head?
Ooh. Yeah, it's a really deep one. That, you know, like I mean, I've raced all over the world, done World Superbike, I've done World Grand Prix, 250, 500 Grand Prix. There's nothing like being on the grid at TT. It's pretty. You look at Peter Hickman and a few others, a bit cool about it, and don't get that stressed and that. But I'm proper nervous, you know. So probably, I mean, the last thing is, is my back wheel tight, or you know, have I got enough fuel in it? I know it's all done. It's stupid because the team I work with is class. But one of the very last things I do is recently this year, my daughter's been sneaking onto the start line because. But I've always looked up at the grandstand, and I want Maisie to be the last, not the last person I see, but you know, I just want her to make sure she's clocked me. I always give her a wave, and she gives me a bit of a wave, but she's normally on TikTok or something, so she's not
typical daughters, man.
Yeah, she's like, oh, Dad, see you in a bit. So yeah, it's just then it's you just look down that famous strip of tarmac, and you know, the last few years I've gone at number 1, so it's been a clear road ahead of me. So it's quite a cool thing to start number 1. It's quite a hard thing. There's a lot of pressure on you because you know they're all breathing down your neck.
Bird scarer as well, really, aren't you?
Yeah, bird scarer. But it's just, you know, they're coming. But nice thing when they do. And you know, maybe afterwards they might pass me in the race, but at least they give me a wide berth, give me a bit of respect and pass me sensibly. But yeah, it's a terrifying thing. Is that start line? It's the only place in the world I get that feeling. You know.
You've raced against fearless young riders. Do you think bravery is something you lose with age?
Belting question, that one, yeah. Bravery, yeah. Maybe. Just, it's a hard one to call bravery because it's not a case of, it's very similar to sticking your neck out, isn't it, bravery? It's like I've never really thought I've ever got in a position where I've decided I'm going to go faster than I'm happy with, you know what I mean? And like for 10 years, I've totally plateaued in speed.
Right.
The speed is the same since 2015. My fastest ever one lap was 2015. But look, last year I did my fastest ever race of 6 laps.
Right, wow.
By 1 second.
Yeah.
It's only 1 second, but I'm having it.
I'm having it.
Over 226 miles, I'm 1 second faster, but I think I'm realistic now. I understand it that I can't beat the top guys. You know, I'm not, and it's something inside, deep inside, that stops me from doing it. I can't do it. Maybe I don't know if it's physical or bravery or whatever, but they've just got a little bit more on me. And I always remember when I was coming good, I used to look at David Jeffries and think, wow, you know, David Jeffries just moved the goalpost. And we were all in awe, couldn't understand how. But he did, and things go along with time. But you know, I've just got to a point where, maybe my balls have shriveled up a little bit. I don't know, but yeah, I'm in an enjoying part of my racing journey, if you like. You know, it's not stressful anymore. When I wanted to win, I was like I wanted to win badly. I sulked if I didn't win, but
which actually brings me to my next question. So, you've won, you've crashed, you've come back. What version of John McGuinness was the hardest to be? The rookie, the champion, or the comeback?
Hardest to be. At times, the hardest for me was the comeback, really, from my injury, and it wasn't through. It was not so much pain, it was mental.
Yeah.
You know, it was really, I found it really tough, because I'd done such the same thing for years and years and years, and it's just I've been in this little bubble, then it all just stopped in a blink of an eye, through no fault of my own. You know, I fell out with a lot of people, and there was only probably 3 or 4 people that brought me back on track.
Yes.
Because I was all over the place. You know, at 3 o'clock in the morning and 4 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the morning, when everybody's asleep, nobody to talk to, and you're laid there, and you're thinking, why am I in this position?
Racing.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, of course.
It was a bad time. It's hard to talk about it, and a lot of people are like, well, you know, a lot of people are self-inflicted, you shouldn't race bikes, whatever, but for bike races, when you're injured, there's nowhere for us to go.
No.
You know, it's so that coming back was hard, and then getting back on the bike, and then there was a Norton disaster. I went down the Norton route, but that was...
I know all about that with you.
Well, it was... I got sucked in, I got promised, you know, you go into detail forever about that, but like, I felt like I cheated everybody. You know, my fans, or people who follow me, are the most important people to family, obviously, and then my fans are really, really important to me. So, sitting on the Norton, like this Hollywood silver bag that was going to be, you know, so all that was tough.
Yeah.
That was the hardest bit for me, you know, and then...
I remember as well when you came and did a bike show for us, and you wasn't yourself, and you obviously your leg was in out of a tangle, and I could tell you were really low, and it's amazing to see how you've come back so strong, and back to your fans as well. I mean, John's got the most amazing fans. He really has very, very loyal fans. And the thing with John is as well, for people who've never met him before, he's so approachable, and you always make a fuss of everyone, and you don't mind the selfies and everything else, and it's just he's I said, he's just a proper guy.
Our fans were nothing. No, you know, we were nothing. I love seeing that you know, I've met kids that you know, been in tummies, you know, and in the pram to becoming in the industry or racing or racing themselves, you know. So that I've seen that journey, but like that point as well, I was addicted to a lot of painkillers.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Like I was down a real rabbit hole with tramadol. I was down a rabbit hole with Oromorph, Oxy, Contin. Mate, I lost about 3 stone. I couldn't even open my car door.
Wow.
So that was a real big hole to get out of. So, like now, everything's a bonus.
Yeah.
I ride my bike, I still ride my factory Hondas. My job roles. I'm waffling on now. Sorry, it's quite off your question, but I love my job role as well. You know, like Dean did the double last year on the Superstock bike, and nobody saw that coming.
No.
I believed in Dean. Everybody believed him, and he's strong.
He's really good, Dean.
Right,
we had him on a full chat episode a few months ago. Yeah.
Top 4 aliens.
Yeah. If you could watch one onboard footage of yourself from any year, would it be the hungry one or the experienced one?
I've done it lots of times with my 15. My finest hour was 2015 senior. You know, it was a short race. It was a 4-lap race. Should have been 6. It was red flagged, and it was a 4-lap race. So it takes a little bit of the edge of it off. But lap two. I've done a lot of commentating around it, like a chat show and stuff. I look at it. I've cringed a bit sometimes because it's weird talking about yourself. But even that lap, there was mistakes on it. So hard to get that absolute perfect lap. I'll tell you something now, which is a bit probably even stranger and probably not what you expect, but probably one of my best laps. I did 117.3 on an electric bike in 2014.
Wow.
You probably wouldn't expect, would you? but I say to people, you know, that when you're learning, you watch a superbike lap, it's too much. Still like wow, spinning wheelies. But the electric bike lap,
fighting with the bike.
I'm absolutely bob on line. You know, it's the ultimate. I'm not blowing up my ass, but it's a very, very clean, tidy, perfect lap. You know, all the apexes are perfect. So yeah, I watch that sometimes. And you think, you know, that was 12 years ago.
Wow.
On an electric bike, it's gone. Electric technology.
Oh, of course.
We're away from it. I don't know where it's gone, but at the time, it was like magic.
Brilliant.
Isn't it? Electric was magic to me. I don't understand that. I understand that because it's fueling, you know, flames, power. I don't understand the electric thing.
Is there a corner of the mountain course that still makes you swallow hard?
There's a lot, really. There's a few corners that I really like. Bottom of Braille. I mean, bottom of Braille is terrifying. It's terrifying. You know, that it's an unbelievable roller coaster thrill. You know, but you never ever know what's going to happen. You hit the bottom. Sometimes you go through it.
Are you doing at the bottom of that?
Six gear, not flat in six, but you'd be doing 175 mile an hour bottom of there, I would say.
It's absolutely
but
crazy.
It's straight from standing start. So your first, your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and accelerating. You got 24 litres of fuel on. All the oil's cold in the forks. All the oil's, everything's not. The pressure's not up in the tyres. So you're going down there thinking, you know what I mean? Like, what's he going to do? You know what I mean? Like, you hit the bottom of the Braille, and you sort of G out as well, because you get a G out at the bottom of it, and then you overhag goes leap, and so it's never the same. It's never the same. Lap 2 is different because you've got half a tank of fuel, everything's working. You come in and lap 2, fill the fuel tank back up. Well, you hold a jerry can. So I pass you a jerry can and put a quarter on as well, and that's strapped here. You understand how they react so different. But yeah, bottom of Braille's and bottom of Bagara's a freaking. Yeah, that's a terrifying one now. You're always like.
Have you ever crossed the line and thought that wasn't worth it?
Cross the finish line?
Yeah.
Wasn't worth it?
Yes.
No. Not really. No, I don't think so. I've never been, going back to earlier, I've never been in a position where I've gone, do you know what, I've accepted it, you know what I mean? Like if I've done my best and I'm fourth, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
If I'm getting the best out of John McGuinness, I'm happy. But you can't have a magic wand and go, I've never really gone bouncing off things and gone, that wasn't worth it. No, I've never done that.
You've seen teammates, rivals, friends come and go. What's something the public gets completely wrong about road racing culture?
That we're mad. It boils my piss a little bit now, really, because I'm always tolerant, like you said. I'm all fans and everything, they're great, you know.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Everybody's got their own view, vision, but they wind me up a little bit when, oh, you must be mad, you know, it's mental, it's death wish, it's this, it's Russian roulette, and all that. That really riles me a little bit, because, you know, me and you and worked out, I've done over 50,000 miles around there.
Wow.
So been around the world twice, but if you're mental, you're going to last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Literally 2 minutes. You can't just go, I'm a TT rider, I'm going to do this, and all you got to do is you're dead. Instant dead. So it's a very well orchestrated, organised, skillful thing to do, you know. So, and there's a bit of a north-south divider in Great Britain. You know, there's that north-south. It's true. They all down south like, oh, you're nuts, Hugh, you're mental, and then up northern's like reverse barbaric.
Rather up north.
You know,
that's what
they're definitely like, you know, a little bit like that. But yeah, it does rile me a little bit, and you know, my fuse is a little bit short for people who think that we're mad, because we're not. We're pretty good at what we do.
Of course, and it's passion as well.
Definitely passion. Yeah, you don't make millions out of it. We're not footballers.
What's something about the Isle of Man TT that only someone who's gone over 200 miles an hour would understand, but nobody talks about?
It's that feeling thing, isn't it? It's that you're allowed to do it. You know, that it's still in this world we live in, that we're allowed to do things like that. I mean, James Hilly is a good friend of mine, and you know, I've had like, and he won't mind me talking about it. I've had him in tears to me.
Right. Like,
you know, I won the 15 senior or the 13 senior, and he was on the rostrum with me, and we stopped when we finished the race. If you ever see it, there's, you know, I was stopped and waved at the fans, and he came alongside me and he got hold of me. He said, "I can't believe we've just done that."
Oh,
you know what I mean? But nobody would hear that.
No.
They just whispered in my ear. You know what I mean? He said some other things about, oh, you know, he said some nice things to me personally about me winning the race, but then and I can see tears rolling down his eyes, and he's like, I can't believe we're still allowed, you know, we can do that.
I can still do it.
Yeah, so that's golden moment now that nobody will ever figure out. Or some people might. But.
You've brought this beautiful bike in. Please tell us a bit about this bike.
Yeah, I mean, that is my 2024 Superstock bike. So that's the new split throttle blade that came out, the new model, which is the current model. And it's done the 24 Northwest and TT, the 25 Northwest and TT.
Wow.
And Honda kindly lent it to me last week to go do some riding in Spain. My little brother Kurt, he started racing, and Dean's got a 600, Dean Harrison's got a 600. Yeah. So we both just created them up in Manchester a week ago or so, when it was, and we sent them off to Monte Blanco. So we've been bombing around there for 3 days.
Brilliant.
So
Absolutely.
It's a bit battle scarred in a few places if you look at it. It's got a few dints and scratches on the forks and things. But racing bikes, the engines are rotated with mileage, so it's it'll have a fresh engine in, and we've just picked it up yesterday coming back from Spain. We're on our way from here to the Honda. That's the Honda, the Magic Factory over there. The Magic Factory here. We've got
there's only one Magic Factory.
Well, this is the biggest. There's more bikes in this Magic Factory, but there is some special bikes over at Louth. And do you know what? All the years I've raced, I am excited to go to Louth from here.
Fantastic.
I walk in, I'm like, and it's the same stuff, but it just makes me smile. So yeah, but I've got the original bodywork off it with the number 1 on it.
Right.
But it's all like bashed up and stuff. But I want to keep that original, so I pinched a bit of Dean Harrison's bodywork. That's why it's got number 5. You won't be able to see it on camera, but it's got number 5 on.
Does he know?
Well, he knows about it. Yeah. So I thought, I'm not wrecking my TT original bodywork. We'll wreck Dean. I'll crash it. We'll wreck Dean's bodywork. So yeah, that's it's like part of my soul, that bike. I mean, my brother, my son works on it quite a bit, so I'm going to try and get that up on the, you know, because at some point I've got to hang my boots up. It'd be nice one to have in the
collection.
My Magic Factory.
Yeah.
In Lancashire. Lancashire Magic Factory.
Last question, John. Right now, you are in bike heaven. What bike would you take home out of all this collection of motorcycles?
Do you have to throw that one at me?
Of course I do.
We've had this conversation a lot. Every time I come in here, it's dangerous. So I'm like, I could do that, but if I take another bike home, I've got about 80 bikes. If I take another one on, the wife probably would stab me in the head. So I'd probably take. Do you know what? I don't know. Such a hard one, isn't it? Such a hard one. I mean, I've got the real one on them. You
do know, though, with the wife, it's easier to ask.
Beg for forgiveness.
Yeah,
I've done that a lot of times. Yeah. There's a car behind us over there.
You're running a bit thin now.
Yeah, there's a car behind us over. I want to have a deal on, but that's another story. I wouldn't want the Norton. Do you know what? The NR 750 would be nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, the technology in it's off the chart.
Of course.
And it's so different. Oval piston,
for the big
bar,
Honda collectors, they all want the NR 750 in the collection.
Yeah, I mean that would be really special. You know, I'm not a massive Ducati man.
No.
I kept my V2 Ducati because it was gorgeous and it never missed a beat. And I thought, you know, I could talk for hours, but it's going back to that when I got injured, coming back, my recovery on the Ducati with my leg injury, getting my confidence back before we went back with the Honda team in 22. For me, that was so important. So my little Ducati V2 would be, I wouldn't part with that bike. But yeah, probably the NR. I've got my van with me. We could fit both bikes in. We'll get that in.
Get ready.
I don't know. I don't know how deep my pockets are.
Pocket full of fish hooks.
Pocket full of note. Yeah.
Well, John, I'd just like to say thank you so much for taking the full chat episode with us. We're a massive fan of you down here. We always have been, and we're very fortunate that John's been friends with the bike specialist for many years now. And we've got a show around the corner, and you know, I'd love you to come and be part of that. But from me and John, sat on the settee, thank you for watching, everyone. And John, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you for watching the latest episode of the Bike Specialist Full Chat. Please like and subscribe down below and comment for people and racers who you would like to see on our channel.